All right, Coach Spencer, just give me some thoughts on today's game.
Yeah, glad to get through a game with a really strong win by our guys, and Coach did a good job with the game planning. Hopefully got out healthy. We've kind of had a string of injuries in just about every game recently. Trying to think. I think other than some minor things that we'll get out healthy, which is great. But right now we're just really trying to focus on all three phases, playing well at the same time, and kind of firing on all cylinders and hitting on all cylinders. And saw a lot of that. Really, defensively had about really one drive. I thought that we're missing some assignments, and that led to a field goal. But did a great job stiffening up in the red zone to then a touchdown. And then offensively, you have two drives. One where a string of penalties puts you in, first and forever, and then another one we throw a late pick. So obviously we want to keep working on those, and that'll be the focus next week. But extremely proud of our guys, proud of our seniors, and how they're really galvanizing the team, and everybody's taking ownership, taking their piece of the pie, and making sure that it's just as good as it can be.
So both sides of the ball, offense and defense, did a really great job. What do you think? Is there anything to improve on for next weekend? What are those?
Yeah, for sure. There's, anytime, really doesn't matter the score. Anytime you come in on Sunday and watch the film, you're going to find things to critique on just about every play. A lot of times it has to do with things that are very preventable and happen in the space between your ears. Being in the right gap, playing your assignments so we're not giving up explosive plays, not turning the ball over. Those are going to be the things that we're going to look at. We did a really nice job of correcting some things from last week, which that's typically what you want to do. You have a set of things you need to adjust and work on in the week, and then you want to see them fixed during the game. And we were able to do that by and large. So going into next week, I think some assignments, making sure that we're not allowing explosives, and then on offense, we can't turn the ball over, can't have penalties that are going to put you in second and 30. And then on special teams, it's a long field goal into the win late in the game. I thought they performed well, especially that late punt return was really great to see. And then before the half, the pressure on the punt to get a short field. I couldn't tell if they tipped it or not, but to get the short field position to get a quick score before half is huge.
You guys ran for 40 times for over 400 yards, which is double what you guys did in the passing game. Was it always part of the plan to kind of run the ball past Carroll heading into the week, or was it just something that kind of happened during the game where you're like, it's not, they can't stop it, so why stop it now?
Yeah, a little bit of both. A lot of it ends up you kind of want to scratch your itches during the game, so to speak. Not outsmart yourself just because you feel like you've got a great pass game for that week. Just felt like, in the run game, they were doing some things to try and take away internal run, and so we got to some of the perimeter stuff and had success with that. So the guys did a nice job adjusting with that. You always want to establish the run game. You win football games and championships at the line of scrimmage, so you want to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. But then it's just kind of going for what's working, and letting your kids make plays.
First for BJ, coming into this game, you were 3 tackles short of breaking into the top 10 of all-time tackles in North Central history. You had 8 today, so congratulations, you broke into it. Kind of just walk me through what it's like being a part of this defense who's constantly taking strides each and every week, and yourself getting into that top 10, being a part of some of the best tacklers in North Central history.
Getting in the top 10 is cool. Not really a goal, just trying to win games, and if that's a part of it, then that's awesome. But like you said, it's more so about the defense, and I feel very, very lucky to all 4 years play with the guys that I've been able to play with. The guys who kind of set the standard that I'm now trying to uphold and raise to a new level, and then the guys that I'm playing with now who are some ballers, and we're looking pretty good on defense. I'm feeling really, really good about where we're going. So I mean, if that's part of the process, that's great, but I'd rather see them eat and have us as a defense continue to dominate and let up 3 points a game.
Jordan, talked to Sean a little bit kind of throughout the week. He said the running back room prep was pretty immense. You got a pair of touchdowns, both one through the air and one on the ground. Kind of walk me through some of your prep coming into this week.
I mean, for me, it's just more so like staying loose, knowing what I can do, knowing what the guys can do, just trusting the coaches and our line up front, the guys on the edge, to do their job, and then do what I want to live with. It's nothing too crazy, it's nothing too like spectacular. Just watching film, making sure I know the game plan, helping where I can, just executing when it comes time.
And then finally, Coach, 40th straight CCIW victory today. A big, really just monstrous, I guess, achievement you could say. How are you feeling being a part of all 40 of these games and being like, hey, I helped contribute to this, the rest of the players really helped me get to this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what our program's about. I think we do a good job of remembering the past and, you know, where we've come from. And I was, I don't want to say fortunate, but I was 3-7 as a player. And that's been part of the process. You know, when John and Jeff took over and, you know, being able to take us to new heights. So it's all part of it. And I think it's similar to what BJ is saying, and that there's just a lot of people that have contributed to this. And it's our job as kind of the guardians of the program right now to move it forward, you know, and put it in a great place for whoever the next people are, you know, whether that's players or coaches. But yeah, when you've seen something from the bottom get built and come up, that you certainly are proud to be a part of it, and just proud for whatever piece you might have had for it. It's just like any team, and it's really the message, you know, that our team hears from me quite often is owning your piece of the puzzle and fitting it in so that the whole puzzle gets put together in the right way. And it's the same thing when you've been a part of a program, you know, now for 4 years as a player, 21 as a coach. You're proud of, you know, whatever puzzle pieces you've been able to, you know, to own and contribute to. There's been a lot of folks that have, you know, certainly worked really hard to build from 3-7 to, you know, where we are now. And so you want to keep that alive and make sure the guys stay hungry and understand where we came from, and that nobody's too good for what's going on. And it takes a lot of hard work, and it's going to continue to take a lot of hard work. Thank you.
Sullivan, you kind of lived in the backfield today, a lot of tackles for loss. Kind of take me through what you saw in Carroll and your teammates up front to kind of be able to do what you did today.
For our unit, we always harp on if you take a risk, you better make it. And obviously, didn't make all of them today, but took some risks and some of them worked.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks,